Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. In the 1950s and 60s in Indonesia, millions of the country's citizens were slaughtered in an anti-communist crusade. Director Joshua Oppenheimer has devoted two documentaries, very fine documentaries, to this, the act of killing and the look of silence. And the perpetrators of these crimes were never tried and never punished. In fact, they remain in power to this day. So the friends and relatives of those who were murdered live under the rule of those who killed their loved ones. Often, these people live right next door to them. So they live in unspeakable fear. They also have watched as the perpetrators of these crimes created a false historical narrative justifying these mass murders and even glorifying them. See, the fact is in life is that the good guys don't always win. And often the victims have to live under the thumb of the bad guys. And I'm sure that this is true in other countries all over the world. I'm sure this is not unique to Indonesia. For example, there's another country that has a very similar history, and that would be the United States. This country was built on the genocide of Native Americans and the exploitation of African slaves. And let's face it, the bad guys won here too. And the victims of those crimes are still around, living under the yoke of the oppressor. The Indians on reservations, black people in ghettos. And they have watched as we have created a false narrative about the ideals of America, the shining city on the hill, the exceptional country. And believe me, they know all about the dark underside of those myths. And for years, our history books and movies and television have reflected that narrative. We've ignored the atrocities, the broken promises, the violence, the terrorism that went into making this country that we know today. Now, hey, I'm glad I live here. And there is much that is right about this country. But the fact is that the good guys didn't win. If they had, Native Americans would be in charge in this country, and black people would have been fairly compensated for all that they did. Thanks for listening.